welcome to an episode of Cooking and the Life of Lili. So we're gonna get right into it. Today's video we are going to be making lasagna and salad and cheese balls. Yeah, we're gonna have to get right into it, but first I might have to have me a little snack because your girl is hungry, stomach is in knots. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right, y'all, so first things first, you already know you need to go ahead and wash them fingers because you know COVID is out there and it is real, and if you ain't wearing your mask you need to do it. So yeah, go ahead and watch for a good little 20 little seconds. And then we're gonna go ahead and move to the next thing. And I know some people gonna be like, why are you showing you wash your hands? I am showing when you washing my hands because not everybody know how to do it. And ain't no dirty cooking going on over here, okay? Alright, y'all, so the next thing you want to do is go ahead and grab you an onion. Well, you don't really necessarily have to put onions in there because I know some people don't like to do that. So that's really optional, but I went on ahead and put an onion in there. And I chopped that thing up. And I just diced it into like, I'm going to say about like small, medium sizes. Like I said before, that's optional, but if you wanted to add anything else in there, like I know some people might want to add like cucumbers or like peppers and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. Everybody's different, but anyways, yeah, I had just went on ahead and sliced out that good old onion. And yeah. Alright, y'all, so after I sliced up that good old onion, I went on ahead and sliced up some parsley and cilantro. I got both of these products from Food Lion. They were not expensive, so if you wanted to add some herbs in there, go on ahead and hit up good old Food Lion. I like adding these herbs into the dishes because it just gives it an extra oomph to it. Like when you're eating it, you can tell like this was made with some love. Like you put your foot in there because like not everybody's gonna do that when they're making food. But anyways, yeah, so after I did that, I went on ahead and grabbed a nice saute pan, and I used ground turkey. My parents don't eat beef and pork, so I went on ahead and used turkey. It tastes the same. You wouldn't even taste the difference. You wouldn't even know until I told you. But anyways, yeah, so I had to switch out that pan because that pan was too small. The girl underestimated the meat quantity. So yeah, what you want to do is go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, mash up that meat. And you want to get it nice and brown. There don't need to be no pink left over in that meat. If it's still pink, it ain't done. And you're going to let that simmer for a little bit until it get all brown. And then you're going to go on ahead and drain it on out. Alright guys, as you can see, I went on ahead and drained it out and got all of the juices and all of that from out of there. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and saute those onions that y'all see me cut up a few minutes ago. You only want to get it a little translucent. You don't want to cook it too long. You don't want it to get too dark because you're going to add the meat in and it's going to continue to cook from there. So as soon as it gets translucent, we're going to add the meat back in there and we're going to take it from there. Alright, you guys, so the next thing that I did was go on ahead and add in my seasonings. I added Italian seasoning, garlic powder, a garlic and herb blend, cayenne pepper, and Creole seasoning. You don't have to use none of those things. You can use what you want to use. You can use what I use and use a lot of it or use a little bit. You can just season how you want to season yours, but this is how I did mine. Okay, but I do not recommend you to not season it with nothing. We don't do it like that over here. So Yeah, that's what I use just right now. That's what you're seeing. Also, the next thing I did was go on ahead and add in the tomato sauce. The brand that I used was the traditional ragu brand. You can really use any type of tomato sauce that you want to use, as long as it's, thick and has a base to it. You don't want to use like pizza sauce or nothing like that, which, I mean, you could if that's what you want to do, but I used the ragu can. And I think I used about 2 of those actually. Alright, y'all, after I gave it a good old mixing, I went on ahead and used some red pepper flakes. Yes, I used the Pizza Hut red pepper flakes. Shout out to my old Pizza Hut crew. Shout out to my 9 to 5 working folks who are trying to make a living. Keep on pushing. I'm going to pray for you to get where you're trying to get to, because we're going to make it, and that's just that. But I also added Parmesan cheese, sugar, black pepper, and yes, I said sugar. If you don't add sugar, I dare you to try it. Once you try it, you will not make spaghetti or lasagna without adding sugar in there. I use sugar, my mama used sugar, my daddy used sugar, and my grandma used sugar. So argue with your mama, not me, okay? So yeah. Alright, so after I added those seasonings in, I went on ahead and gave it a little taste testing. I'm gonna taste it real quick. Alright, y'all, do not mind my face that I made just then. You know what that's from? That's from using that good old sugar, okay? If you put sugar in your stuff, that's the same face people gonna be making after they taste yours. So, anyways, going forward, next thing I added in was the cilantro and the parsley. And I added in some turkey sausage crumbles. I couldn't find any turkey sausage in the store that specific day, so I just used these as a substitute. This is my first time using it, and it actually was pretty good. You wouldn't taste the difference, like I said before. And after you do that, you want to go on ahead and get you a nice sized pan. You don't have to use as big of a pan as I did. I just used this size because it just fits for my family. You can use the smaller size, you can use the bigger size, it don't really matter. But what you want to do first is layer your meat on the bottom row, then go on ahead and proceed to do the noodles, and then you want to do another layer of meat, then cheese, then noodles, and yeah, just continue to stack it from there as that pattern. You could do it differently if you would like, but that's just how I did it here. Alright, y'all, and to clarify on one of the types of cheeses I used, I believe 3 different kinds. I used a Mexican blend, a sharp cheddar cheese, shredded, and I used a shredded mozzarella cheese. You can use any type of cheese that you want to use, but that's just what I used myself. And after I topped it with cheese, I went on ahead and used the leftover herbs that I had before, just to give it a little flair. After topping it with everything, I got my beautiful mother to wrap it on nicely for me, and I threw it in the oven at 350 until the cheese was melted and it looked brown at the top. Next thing to do, I went on ahead and started making the garlic butter blend for the cheese balls. I just threw in some butter, minced garlic, pepper, salt, Italian seasoning, and of course just a little bit of sugar just because I had to, and some more herbs that I had from before. I use these crescent rolls here. I thought it would be helpful to create the balls, but let me tell you what your girl did, y'all. I let it sit out and I let it get all hot and mushy, so the dough was kind of harder to work with. So going forward, make sure you just keep your rolls in the fridge. You don't want to have to work with melted dough because it's really sticky and it just makes the job harder than what it needs to be. So yeah. Alright, and for the cheese balls, what you want to do is go on ahead and separate the dough. If you do it properly and leave it in the fridge, it will already be in like triangle sections. So all you have to do is pull it apart, and then you would go on ahead, add the garlic butter, and then you're going to take some cheese, not too much because you want the dough to be over each flap. You don't want to have any leftover cheese like busting out of any, slips or anything. But what your girl had going on right here is not a good example, but y'all gonna give your girl some grace, okay? I left my stuff out because I had a lot going on, okay? But yeah, don't be like me, be better. But what you want to do is go ahead and repeat this step until the entire pan is full. Alright, and then you want to take the rest of that garlic blend and put it all over, cover every single part of them cheese balls, and you're going to put it in the oven at 350 until it's brown and the cheese is melted. Alright, and then the next thing and last thing we're going to do is go ahead and prep this good old salad. So what I added in this salad was onions. I used the grape tomatoes, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and cucumbers. And then you're going to just go ahead and mix it in. I already had a bagged salad. Yes, your girl cheated. Your girl was tad. But it tastes the same. It was all very delicious. Just go on ahead and chop up all of those ingredients. You're going to go on ahead and add it into the salad. Give it a nice little mixing. And you're going to be on your way. Also, for the tomatoes, you do not have to cut those in half. That was just a preference for myself. Y'all, look at how beautiful this food looks. I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for watching the video and staying all the way to the end. I appreciate y'all for even clicking on the video, even giving your girl some interest, some attention. I appreciate that. Y'all have a blessed day and be safe, and I will see y'all in the next video.